Good evening, fellow creatures of the night. I am your host, Lupine Gray, and this is Eerie Shows Radio on Kwimm 89.9. I still have Bart here to tell us some other stories. Tonight, there is one particular that I am fascinated with. It's one where the veil between our world and the realm of the supernatural is at its thinnest, and we delve into the chilling lore of vampires. These nocturnal predators, with their insustainable thirst for blood, have haunted our nightmares for centuries. From the shadowy alleys of the Victorian London to misty mountains of Transylvania, their presence is felt far and wide. So, gather round, light your candles, and let the haunting stray of the night envelop you. We'll explore the tales of this undead creature, spine-tingling encounters, and perhaps hear from those who claim to have had a glimpse of these fanged fiends in flesh. Here is Bart.
Thank you, Lupine. You are such a good boy. In the quaint village of Blackwood, nestled deep in the misty hills, there stood an ancient mansion known as Ravencroft Manor. Abandoned for decades, its once grand halls now echoed with whispers of the past. Locals spoke of the mansion with a mixture of fear and fascination, for it was said to be the dwelling place of a vampire. One autumn evening, just as the last rays of sun disappeared behind the hills, a young historian named Evelyn arrived in Blackwood. Driven by her passion for uncovering secrets of the past, she was determined to explore Ravencroft Manor and document its history. The villagers warned her to stay away, but Evelyn was undeterred. Armed with her notebook and a lantern, she made her way to the mansion. As Evelyn stepped through the creaking front door, she felt a chill in the air that seemed to seep into her bones. The grand foyer was covered in a thick layer of dust, and cobwebs adorned the corners like spectral decorations. Her footsteps echoed loudly in silence as she moved from room to room, marveling at the decayed beauty around her. In the dim light of her lantern, Evelyn noticed a door, slightly ajar at the end of a long corridor. Curiosity piqued. She pushed it open and found herself in a library. Shelves upon shelves of ancient books lined the walls, and a grand fireplace dominated one end of the room. As she approached the fireplace, she felt a sudden rush of cold air, and the hairs on the back of her neck stood on end.
Who dares enter my domain?
A voice hissed from the shadows. Evelyn turned, her lantern trembling in her hand. From the darkness emerged a tall, pale figure with piercing eyes and fangs that glinted in the lantern light. The vampire's presence was both terrifying and mesmerizing.
I am Evelyn, the historian. I came to learn about the history of Ravencroft Manor.
The vampire's eyes softened, and he stepped closer, revealing a regal bearing and an air of melancholy.
I am Lord Adrian Ravencroft, the last of my line. This manor has been my prison for centuries, and my story is one of tragedy and loss.
Intrigued and unafraid, Evelyn listened to Lord Ravencroft as he recounted his tale. He spoke of a time long ago when he was a nobleman, deeply in love with a beautiful woman named Isabella. They planned to marry, but their happiness was shattered when a rival, jealous with their love, cursed Adrian with vampirism. Isabella, heartbroken and unable to bear the transformation of her beloved, took her own life, leaving Adrian to an eternity of sorrow and solitude. Moved by his story, Evelyn felt deep compassion for the vampire.
Is there no way to break this curse?
Lord Ravencroft shook his head.
The curse is eternal. In my faith it's sealed. But perhaps through your words my story can live on, and my love for Isabella can be remembered.
Evelyn nodded, determined to honor his wish. She spent the night in the manor, documenting every detail of his tale. As dawn approached, Lord Ravencroft led her to the entrance and bid her farewell. With a heavy heart, Evelyn left Ravencroft Manor, vowing to share the vampire's tragic tale with the world. And so the story of Lord Adrian Ravencroft and his eternal love for Isabella became a legend, whispered through generations, reminding all who heard it of the enduring power of love and the haunted beauty of the past.
Thank you so much, Bart, for that tragically delightful story. How did you do those voices? It's kind of creepy. Anyways, get back with Eerie Shores after these messages. How did you do those voices, Bart?
Perhaps we will never know.